Hey, what's up guys, JK Disc Golf here, and today I'm going to tell you why you should be only throwing an Nova. That's actually not what I'm talking to you about, and I'm going to actually tell you why you shouldn't be doing that. A lot of people think that one brand is better than the other, and that's okay. Some people just like throwing one brand, and that's completely fine. But I'm going to tell you guys and why I believe that it's not the best just to throw one brand, or at least don't try out other brands. I throw a lot of different brands. And it's just because that I believe that I want to try out more discs to find what best suits my game. I'm not going to be throwing every different disc. I'm not like tell you guys what brand's better and why you should have different brands or whatever. But I personally just throw multiple brands, and not gonna lie, it switches a lot. I just like testing out a disc and seeing what it does, and maybe I'll get a disc, throw it a couple of times, throw it for a round, and just be like, yep, this is not for me. And that's completely fine. But as long as you guys, it suits your game and like you're okay with it, that's all that matters. If you guys only like throwing dynamic discs, then do it. Go for it. I'm not going to tell you guys why it's wrong or why you shouldn't, but I personally believe that testing out different companies and seeing how it flies for you is the way to go. And with this, I'm going to say, beginners, don't go out and get 5 different brands, because when you're a beginner you should be testing a disc, 1 or maybe up to 3 discs max. This is more for the players that know their game and know what the disc they kind of need to look for, and that's for them, because for them they know like I throw this disc and I'm gonna need this disc, but maybe there's a certain part of their game that they're missing and they can't find a disc from their company that suits that purpose. So jump right into it. I'm just gonna show you guys how many discs I throw and why I throw them and why I've been testing them out, because I throw a lot of different brands. There are 11 different companies that were at some point in my bag. They're not all in my bag right now, but at some point I did throw them for a little bit of time. I would say mainly, like, a lot of people aren't going to know all these 11 companies, and you shouldn't, not that you shouldn't, but they're not big, and they're like more that you just kind of like, oh, what's this company? Let me try it out. But I would say the main 3 companies that every disc golfer would know is Innova, Dynamic Discs, and Discraft. It's not bad, like I said, throwing one company. It's just, if it suits your game and you're throwing fine, go for it. But it's when you don't know a disc to throw, that's when you need to pick it up. Like at one point in my game, for my fairway drivers, I didn't have one that I could S-line very good, and I didn't have a flex shot for those tight wooded courses, and a course that I play a lot. And that's why I was like, alright, I need a fairway driver that I can flex. And that's where I got the Daredevil Discs Timberwolf. So a lot of people might not know what Daredevil Discs is, because they're not that big of a company. But it fit my game and it was in my bag. So here I had a disc that wasn't my main thrower, but it was still a good disc, and it fit my game. And that's why throwing one brand isn't the best, because I would never have found a disc from Innova that could do that. I still don't have it. I don't particularly need that shot anymore, I feel like, because it's not the main, because I don't need to throw a fairway driver for everything. But this was back when I began to play, and the Timberwolves suit my game, and it was from a company that mainly no one knew, and they were making fun of me for throwing a Daredevil disc. Like, what is Daredevil? But it doesn't matter, because it fit my game, and I was showing up, and I was putting out better numbers than everybody else was. And who cares if you have a mixed bag? Like, there are those people that think, oh, Innova's better than you, Discraft's the best, why are you throwing that, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter, because it's your game, your bag. I don't care that I have this many different companies. I don't care, because they work for me, and those shots that I need, those discs do for me. So what's the point of throwing a Innova when this disc is better? So that's the reason I think sticking with one brand is not the best. But again, like I'm saying, for those beginner players, picking up 1, 2, 3 discs and just throwing them to learn your game is way better than being like, oh, JK said, hey, throw this. Don't use one company. No, that's not what I'm saying at all, because you need to figure out your game first. That's why I would say go check out my winter disc to get for Christmas for beginners, because even though it's not Christmas anymore, those discs I would still say beginners should pick up. So like what I've been saying, throwing different companies is a good idea in my eyes, because if you don't have a shot and your company doesn't afford it, or not for it, but doesn't have a disc that suits your game, then what's the point of not going to a different company just to say they don't throw a mixed bag? Because honestly, who cares? No one's looking at you're not a professional. If you're watching, I mean, if you are a professional, good for you. Why are you even watching my video? But hey, that's cool. But I'm saying you're not a professional. You don't need to be like, oh, I only throw a Nova. Like, they're the best. Because they might be the best company for you, but doesn't mean they have every disc that you need for your game. That's why I just wanted to come across with this video for, and that's just what I wanted to talk about to help you guys' game, because that's what this channel is about, is to help disc golf. Because that's why a lot of this, I'm going to go on a little rant real quick. A lot of my sponsorship forms that I've been filling out is all surrounded about this and about helping the disc golf community and helping newer players figure out their game to become better disc golfers. Because that's all I want to do, is grow the disc golf community and make people and improve people's game to the best of my ability. So that's all I got today for today's video, guys. Just make sure you go out and keep throwing.